Hi, I'm Joe from Southwest Pennsylvania Retriever Rescue, and if you have a few minutes, I'd like to tell you a story of a dog. Yesterday started out like most days do here. Um, they either start out with a phone call or an email from somebody I don't know asking me to help a dog that I've never met. That was the case yesterday when I got a phone call from a girl named Dawn who asked me to take in a dog that needed to be rescued from a hoarding situation. Seems that somebody in a nearby town had over 30 adult dogs and 30 plus puppies on her property, and if they weren't rescued by last night, they were going to be confiscated today. I agreed to take in a pregnant female. We didn't know anything else about her other than that she was pregnant and was probably a lab mix. She had no name. She never had a name. The family that had her just had so many dogs that they didn't bother naming them. None were spayed or neutered, and in turn, every time one of the females came into heat, she became pregnant, and that added more to the number of dogs that were on the property. This particular dog was supposed to be picked up at 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon, but a little after 3, I got a phone call from Dawn, who was desperate and said the puppies were already being born. There had already been 3 born, and 2 had been stillborn. I told her if she could to load the dog up, bring her to me as quickly as possible, and would get her into a whelping pen here. A few hours later, the dog showed up. She was petrified. She had never been off of her property. She may have never been petted before in her life, and she certainly had never had a collar or a leash on. As soon as I put a collar on her, she acted like I was attacking her with red-hot pokers. She went into just absolute fits of fear and threw herself out of the back of their SUV onto the ground, and at that time, a puppy came out. We cleaned the puppy up, brought her remaining puppies down to the house, and put her into the whelping pen. I'd like to introduce you to Miss No Name. Hi, sweetie. I'm sure some of you will recognize the signs, but this is a dog that's in absolute terror. She's in shock. She has no idea what's going on. She's not aggressive, and she doesn't mind being petted, but the collar and leash just scares her to death. And as you can see, she's in a position that she's frightened and doesn't know what to do. This is probably the case for all of the other 30 dogs that were there. Fortunately, the puppies were gotten out, and hopefully they were gotten in time that they'll be able to be rehabbed and find good homes. As for Miss No Name, as I said, 2 of her puppies were stillborn at her original home, and she had a total of 6 more that were alive between the time that she was picked up and that she had here overnight. Sadly, one of those puppies has just passed away in the last hour, but the other ones seem to be doing well, and we have high hopes that they'll all be happy, healthy pups that'll go on to live very fun-loving and good lives with families that'll treat them a lot better than this girl got treated. As I said, we don't know anything about her. She has no name. From the looks of her teeth, she appears to be a couple years old. She's probably had a litter of puppies every time that she's come into heat. You okay, sweetie? And we're going to do our best to rehab her and find her a great home. Oh, and on top of that, Miss No Name has a name now. Her name is Emerald, or Emmy, because she's a gem that's rough at this point, but we're going to polish her up and work on her, and before you know it, she'll be beautiful. Please have your pets spayed and neutered, and if you see a dog in a situation or a hoarding situation that it needs to be rescued, please contact your local authorities or a rescue group or shelter in your area so no other dogs ever have to live like this. Thank you. Hi. Hey, sweetie. Can we see your pretty face? Come here, Em. Come on, Emmy. Come see your puppies. Come here. Oh, you gonna lay down out there? Come on, sweetie. Come here. Come here. Come on. Atta girl. Here. Come on. In with your puppies. Go. Come on. There you go. Go ahead. Oh, you want away from them for a little while? You want to be away from them? You are a very good mama with your puppies. Yes, you are. Feel a little more comfortable in there? Okay. We'll put your blanket up. There you go. Now you're all safe.